So now last session, we were starting the EFS. We were starting the EFS. So again, I will summarize why we moved into EFS. So because there is some restriction in EBS. So what are the two restrictions? One is we cannot connect outside the available zone. Other thing is we cannot connect to multiple EC. These are the two restrictions. But EBS itself, in order to overcome this restriction, they are given one feature called multi-attach feature. But this multi-attach feature, in order to use this multi-attach feature, we need to choose the provisional IOPS SSD as well as the Nitro instance type as well as the Nitro instance type because they are very much expensive. They are very much expensive. Because of this reason, they are not able to do this. Because of this reason, we are not able to use this multi-attach feature. So we jumped into one new service called EFS. EFS, it is called Elastic File System, which is a shared resource. And maybe we can call it as regional service within a region. For example, within a Mumbai region, if you have three availability zones, your EFS can be used in multiple availability zones, and you can even connect to multiple EC2 as well. You can even connect to multiple EC2 as well. So that is so these are the disadvantages we have faced here. But these are the restrictions we have faced in EFS. That we have overcome in EFS. EFS, it is a shared resource. Because of the shared resource feature, we can even share to outside the availability zones. We can even share to multiple EC2 as well. So that is the reason we have moved into EFS, and we have seen storage classes, which is standard IA, one zone IA. Standard in the sense the data will be replicated in multiple availability zones. So if you are hosting some data in one availability zone, it will be replicated in other availability zones as well, so that the data is safe. But it is somewhat costly. We are paying 27 rupees per GB. If you are moving standard infrequent access, so if you are not accessing the files frequently, so you are having some like useless files in your system, useless files in your storage, why need to pay that much of amount, like standard amount for the unused files are there. So in this case, you can move them to standard infrequent access, which is only 2 rupees per GB, which is only 2 rupees per GB. So that we are like we are saving around 25 rupees. We are saving around 25 rupees. Then there is one more thing called one zone. One zone. Here, the data will be replicated in only one zone. Here, the data will be replicated in only one zone. So it is obviously half of the amount when compared to standard. It is obviously half of the amount when compared to standard. So one zone itself is cheaper. In one zone infrequent access, it is very much cheaper. It is only 1 rupee per GB. It is only 1 rupee per GB. The final thing, we have provisional throughput. If you want a high-end performance, see here, per MB we are paying 541 rupees. Here, per GB we are paying like only 1 rupee. Here for MB, we are charging 541 rupees. 541 rupees. So let's see today how this EFS works, and how to connect it, how this EFS works, and how to connect. So what I'm going to do, go to your Google Chrome, go to your AWS account. So AWS, log into your AWS, click on log in. I will go and create EFS. I go on create the EFS. So click on create a file system. Click on create a file system. Click on this customize option. Click on this customize option. Give your file system name, maybe demo EFS. I'll just name it as demo EFS. There are two options. One is standard and one is unzone. One is standard and one is unzone. I will even directly going to choose standard only. And see here in EBS, we have taken the snapshot. We have created one automatic snapshot backup, but EFS giving the automatic backup. If you enable this, automatically the backup will start. So next thing, the life cycle management. Transition into IA, transition out of IA. First thing is transition into IA, and the next one is already we have seen. So transition, we have seen, I guess.
Yeah.
We discussed about it. So transition into IA. If I am not touching the files for 30 days, it will be moved to the infrequent access. If I am not touching the file for 1 day, it will be moved to the infrequent access. Transition out of IA means, so it is the file is now in the infrequent access storage. If I want to move back to standard, I can even choose on first access. If I touch that file immediately, or if I access that unused file, it will be immediately moved to the standard. It will be immediately moved to the standard. If you only choose on first access. If you are deciding, like even if I access that file, even if I use that file, it should be in the infrequent access, then you can choose the none. Then you can choose the none.
No.
So it will not be moved to standard itself. Permanently, it will be moved to the infrequent access until you give on first access. Until you give on first access. Okay, then scroll down. We have seen bursting and enhanced mode. Bursting, if your performance is somewhat moderate performance, we can go for bursting. Enhanced means it is going to give some flexibility. There are two options. One is elastic, another one is provision. Elastic. If you, for example, you have one website, you are not sure about the load, like unpredictable load. You can even call it as unpredictable load. Sometimes the customer may goes down. Sometimes customer may comes in higher number of loads. I'm not sure about the load and all. That time you can choose elastic. That time you can choose elastic. Or if you're ready to pay, say like if your website performance anytime high, like your website performance is like Amazon .in performances. Anytime the customer will be high. So in this case, you can choose provision. See here, if I want 1000 throughput, if I want 1 GB transfer per minute or per second, per second, I need 1024 MB is 1 GB. 1 Gbps speed per second. I need to pay, see here, $6,758 I need to pay per month. If I choose the extraordinary performance throughput, I need to pay $6,758 per second. As of now, I just choose the AWS recommended elastic itself. So now I'm clicking on next. VPC, there is an option. We will see a separate session for VPC. I'm not going to discuss what is VP also now. We will have a separate session. We have around 3-day session for VPC itself. Let it be. There is an option called mount targets. This is the important thing. That's one option called mount target. So what is happening? So let's take, this is my Mumbai region. So what is happening? So this is my Mumbai region. So in Mumbai region, let's consider there are 2 availability zones. Actually, it is 3, but I'm considering there are 2 availability zones. So this is my availability zone 1, and this is my availability zone 2. Maybe I'll just name it as availability zone 1, and this is my availability zone 2. So we obviously know under the availability zone, we have an EC2. Here I have 2 EC2s. Here I have 2 EC2s. So this is my Linux machine 1. This is my Linux machine 1, and I name it as this is Linux machine 2. So what we have done, EBS where we have created inside the availability zone we have created. Remember, while we creating an EBS, we need to choose the availability zone with the same availability zone where the EC2 has been hosted, right?
Yeah.
That's what we have created. But here, there is one change. We are going to create EFS outside all the availability zones. This EFS does not bother about the availability zones and all. This EFS does not bother about the availability zones and all. So make it as, this is your EFS. It is not bothering. Even while you are creating this EFS, it won't ask which availability zone you want. Either you want 1A or 1B or 1C and all, it won't ask. So because it is not, it is a regional service. It is not an availability zone service. So it is outside the availability zone. But how this EFS is going to connect with the instance? How this EFS is going to connect with this instance? That is the big question. How EFS can integrate or connect or communicate to this EC2 machine? So there is one topic called mount target. So each availability zones has one mount target. Each availability zones has one mount target. EFS, it is available in the form of mount target inside the availability zone. The simple thing is EFS, it is available in the form of mount target inside the availability zone. EFS, it is available inside the availability zone in the form of mount target. So this EFS will be communicating with this mount target. Then the mount target will be communicating with the EC2. this EFS will be communicating with this mount target. Then only we can able to communicate with the Linux machine too. Then only we can able to connect with the help of Linux machine. Maybe even we can call it as an IP address. You can call this mount target as an IP address. EFS knows the IP address of mount target. Mount target knows how to connect with the EC2. You don't need to bother about this IP address and all. EFS will automatically connect with the mount target, and mount target will automatically connect with the Linux machine. The same way for the availability zone 2 as well. We can share the same EFS. We can share the same EFS for this EC2 machine as well as this EC2 machine, as well as this EC2 machine. So, okay. EFS is connecting to mount target, right? It should follow some protocol. In order to connect with this mount target, it is following one protocol called NFS protocol. It is following one protocol called NFS. By the help of this protocol only, EFS is connecting with the mount target, and mount target is connecting with the EC2. EFS is connecting with the mount target. Then the mount target is connecting with the EC2. So, this is my region. In my region, I have 2 availability zones. Each availability zone has 1 mount target. By default, each availability zone has 1 mount target. Why mount target? In order to help the EFS, in order to connect with the instance. EFS, it is available in the form of mount target inside the availability zone. So, if you see here, for each availability zone, there is 1 mount target. See, for South 1A, there is 1 availability zone. So South 1B, there is 1 availability zone. For South 1C, there is 1 availability zone. And see here, the IP address is automatic. As I said, right, EFS will automatically fetch the IP address of mount target. You don't need to worry about the IP address at all. It will automatically fetch. Then my next question, is it mandatory to keep all the availability zones? Is it mandatory to keep all the availability zones? See, if your instance, for example, if you are going to connect with these 2 instances, EFS, if you are going to connect with these 2 instances, maybe it may be in 1A, it may be in 1C. It may be in 1A, it may be in 1C. Then definitely you need 2 mount targets, 1A and 1B. You don't need of 1C because I'm not connecting with the 3rd machine in 1C. If you want, you can remove. If you want, you can remove. Or if you want, you can keep. That is not an issue. Because of this, that is not an issue. If you want, keep, or else just leave it as it is. Or else just leave it as it is. See here, mount targets provides the NFS endpoint in order to connect with the EFS. In order to connect with the EFS, mount target needs an NFS protocol. Mount target needs an NFS protocol. Clear in this? Clear, right?
Yeah.
So what is happening? EFS needs the NFS protocol. In order to connect with the mount target. So mount target, it is connecting to the EC2
instance.
Target, it is connecting with the EC2 instance. So by default, each availability zones has the each availability zones has the mount target. Each availability zones has the 1 mount target. Okay. So why we are moving to a mount target? EFS connect directly connect with the instance. EFS cannot
directly connect to
the EC2 instance. So that is the reason we need a support of mount target. That is the reason we need a support of mount target in order to connect with the EC2. So go here. I'm not going to do any changes. Click on next. Again, I'm not going to do any changes here. Click on next. Again, I'm not going to do any changes again. I'm directly clicking on create. See here, 1 EFS has been created. If you click on this, see, in EBS, once after you created, there will be an option called attach. There will be an option to choose which instance type you need to attach. Then if you click on attach, it will be directly attached. But see here, if I click on this attach, it is not giving me the option to attach and all. I've just checked in the IP as well. I have checked with the DNS as well. It is not giving me an option to attach to my EC2, or it is not asking me to choose an EC2 and all. It is just giving one Linux command. It is just giving one Linux command. So then I will close this. what I will do, I will go and create EC2 instance. I go and create EC2 instance. My task is, I will explain the task now. My task is, I'm going to create two EC2 machines. I'm going to create two EC2 instances and one EFS and one EFS.
Yes.
So this EFS, the storage should be shared to the two EC2. For example, if I add any file, in Linux machine 1, it should be reflected in Linux machine 2 as well. It should be reflected in Linux machine 2 because I'm using the shared storage. I'm using the shared storage. Common storage is EFS. I'm going to use this storage and connect it to EC2 1 as well as Linux machine 2 as well. If I add any file in Linux machine 1 EFS, it should reflect in the same in Linux machine 2 as well. So this is what today we are going to see how it is going to work. What will I do? I will create two EC2s. I will create two EC2 machine. Go to click on launch the instance. Maybe I will choose. I'll name it as Linux machine. And I'll choose the previous version. I'm not going to choose the 2023 version. Just you also while practicing, choose the previous version. There is some changes. There might be some commands will not be working. So just choose the previous version.
Okay.
Okay, then instance type, let it be t2.micro and keeper. I don't need any keeper. I'm just proceeding without a keeper. Make sure SSH is allowed. And configuration hard disk is 8 GB. And here I'm just going to increase the count as 2. I'm just going to increase the count as 2. And I'm just clicking on launch the instance. I'm just clicking on launch the instance. So I'll go here and check whether two machines has been created. Maybe I'll name it as Linux machine 1. Here I'll name it as Linux machine 2. So I have two machines now. Let's check whether the state has been started running or not. Once it started running, I need to connect both the EC2s. Click on here, click on connect, click on connect. So this EC2 will be launched. Go to the second instance, click on this one, click on connect, and click on connect. So I have connected two EC2 machines. So this is my Linux machine 1 and this is my Linux machine 2. If you want to differentiate, if you see it here, for Linux machine 1, the IP address is ending with 55. See here, it is ending with 55. For this one, it is ending with 20. For this one, it is ending with 20. See here, yes, it is ending with 20. So this is my Linux machine 1 and this is my Linux machine 2. Okay. Now, we have just created two EC2 and one EFS has been created successfully. We need to attach to both the EC2 to one EFS. We need to attach both the EC2 to one EFS. So, the first thing we need to consider is, I said we need an NFS protocol. I said EFS is using the NFS protocol. For this reason, you need to install the NFS on your EC2 machine. You need to install NFS on both of your EC2 machine. So first thing, it is a normal user. You are a user. You are not a root user. Root user means administrator user. See here, if I am running some software, for example, if I'm opening some software, there is an option called run as administrator. So that is, we need to change as an admin user. Then only we can install or do any changes. As of now, we just a EC2 user. EC2 user is given by the AWS while connecting an EC2. I need to change to the root user or super user. So what are the comments or steps to connect to EFS? Steps to connect EFS. The first thing, after connecting to the EC2 machine, first thing you need to choose sudo se. Which means sudo in the sense it is super user. Sudo means super user. It will change the normal user to the admin user. It will change the normal user access to the admin user access. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do as followed sudo sc. See here, from normal user, it has been changed to the root user.
Root user.
From normal user, it has been changed to the root user. Next, I need to install some NFS utils package. I need to install NFS utils. For that, there is one command called sudo yum command is used to do some actions. Yum install -y means yes. Yes. And NFS -utils. Utils is the package. NFS -utils is the package. This yes can be given here also. This yes can be given here also. This -y can be given here, can be given last, anywhere you can give. That is not an issue. Anywhere you can given, that is not an issue. This command is used to install the NFS on your machine. NFS on your machine. The same thing. If you want to install Java, yum install -y java.utils. If you want to install something, the same command. Yum install -y, the package, whichever package you want. Okay. Before this, we can also add one more command. Sudo yum update yes. Update yes. So for example, if I'm shutting down this laptop, it will ask if there is any updates available for my machine. It will ask update and shutdown or update and restart. Or if I log in to this laptop tomorrow, if there is any update, first the update will happen, right? So first the update will happen, right? For the same reason, here, if there is any update, in order to update the machine, to update your machine, we are having one package called sudo yum update -5. We are having one package called sudo yum update -5. This will update our machine. This will update our machine. So what I will do, I will go here. So sudo update -y and yum. Sorry, you need to install yum. So sudo yum. See, your machine is up to date. There is no package to update. So then I need to go for yum install. So sudo
yum install
-y -NFS -utils. See here, by default, it is also already installed. By default, it is already installed, and you have the latest version. Nothing to do. You don't want to worry. It has been already installed. You don't want to worry like that. It is throwing the error message. Okay. Then, once done, we need to create one directory. So like C drive, D drive, E drive, we need to create one drive or directory over in your Linux machine. Because see here, when I attach this EC2, it is only mounting at the folder called EFS. It is mounting at the folder called EFS. So I need to create one EFS folder here. So that we have one option called mkdir, and you need to pass the folder name EFS. So mkdir is nothing but make directory. So what I will do, I will go here mkdir and EFS register. It is created, but I need to make sure whether it has been created or not, right? So we have one command called ls. It will list all the files or folders
which we have
or directories. It will list which we have. Yes. So click on ls. See here, and EFS has been created. Okay. Then I need to go here, copy this.
Okay.
Before that, one thing you need to make sure, this is the main thing. Without this, it won't be connected. So I will also, after connecting an instance, go to security groups. And there is an option called default security group. There will be an option called default. Click on this, then go to inbound rules. Under this edit and allow the NFS protocol. So go here, scroll down. There will be an option called security groups. Open the security groups. So if you scroll down, right, there will be an option called default storage. See here, default security name. So click on this. Under the inbound rules, click on edit the inbound rules. I have already allowed today morning for other session. I have already allowed. But if
Okay.
it is not allowed, right, we need to go for add rule, search for NFS, click on anywhere, and then save your rules. Then save your rules. Once done, it will be saved. Once done, it will be saved. It is mandatory. It is mandatory. Okay. How we are allowing SSH while creating an instance? By the same way, your security group should know, EC2 should know. Like see here, EFS will come with a, it will connect to the mount target with the help of NFS. If someone reaches you with the NFS protocol, allow him. If someone reaches with you with the NFS protocol, just allow him. Do not block him or deny him. So he is the EFS. He is going to share the storage with you. He's not going to like attack or do any some security like violations and all with you. Just an EFS storage. He is trying to connect with you with the help of NFS. Just allow him. Just allow him. So that is the reason we have allowed. Once click on save, again go here, copy this code, copy this command, and right click here, paste. Right click here, paste. Click on enter. Click on enter. See here, it should come the next line. If it is not coming or if it is still loading, this line is not visible after you have given this command. That means you have not allowed the NFS protocol. It denotes that the NFS protocol is not allowed. So that is the reason. If you are facing that issue, once you are given this command, if it is still loading, definitely that NFS protocol, there might be some issue in allowing the NFS protocol. You can go to the security group and check whether the NFS protocol is allowed or not. So then if it is allowed, then if it is not allowed, just allow, and then you can try here, then it will be automatically connected. So, okay. It is connected. Now I need to go to the EFS file. See here, there is one command called CD. CD is nothing but it is change directory. CD is nothing but it is change directory. Nothing. It is similar. Like see, maybe I'll open the command from here. Now it is in user like C drive, users and Dell. So I'll open my like this PC. Now we are in C drive, users, and here I am. So if I want to go to downloads folder, just I will put change directory and downloads. Change directory and click on downloads. See here, it will go to downloads. And after going downloads, if I want to go to any folder which is called demo folder, maybe I'll go for CD and demo. See here, that is the same thing we are just doing over here. Here, we need to move into EFS folder, right? Which we have created here. MKDIR EFS, right? I'm going to move into this EFS folder. See here, EFS folder, we are moved. Okay, we have done. And then I'm going to create some file. I'm going to check whether it is reflecting in the EC2 or not. In order to create some file, we have one command called touch command. It will create a file. Maybe what I will do, touch file1.txt, some sample file. If I want to see this, see here, file1.txt has been created. So what I need to do, I need to repeat all the steps in the EC2 again.
Okay.
I need to repeat all the steps in the Linux machine 2 as well. First, what we have given, we have changed to root user. Once we have changed to root user, we need to check whether is there any update and all. So go for sudo yum update minus y. Sudo yum update minus y. There is no update. I need to install
sudo
yum install -y nfs -utils. Okay, it is also already installed. We don't need to worry. Then I need to create a folder mkdir efs. So I need to check whether it has been created. Next, what I need to do? I need to go here, copy this. From here.
We already allowed it, right? NFS. So
NFS only one time only.
Okay.
That is a default security storage. You don't need to create. Even if you are practicing again tomorrow, again you don't need to allow and all. Once you allow, it is finally like declared in your account only. So you don't need to allow each and every time.
Okay.
So just paste this. Just paste the same and click on enter. See here, the next line successfully loaded.
Yeah.
I need to change the directory to EFS.
EFS.
So now if I put ls, see here, I'm able to see file1.txt.
Yeah.
We have created file1 in the Linux machine too. I can able to see the file1 in the Linux machine. Sorry, we have created the file1 in Linux machine 1. I can able to see the file1 in the Linux machine 2. So if from here, now I will create one file. Maybe file2
TX2.
for image or any file, like image or file I will just here if I'm listing, I can able to see file1.txt, file2.image.
Yeah.
Here I will go and check for ls. See here, here also the file has been reflected. Maybe again from here I will create one file. We file3 dot Excel some Excel sheet. So if I put ls, see here I can able to see. I will go here and I will put ls. Here I can able to see these files as well. Can able to see these files as well. So what we have done, we have connected the EFS. We have connected this EFS to the multiple EC2 machines. To the multiple EC2 machines. Again, we have not bothered about the availability zones at all. We have not bothered about the availability zones. We are not sure which availability zones also we have not checked. We have not checked like whether the EC2 is which availability zones also we are not knowing. So you see here it is created in 1 year. That is not an issue. So we have connected with the multiple availability zones. We have connected our EFS storage with the multiple availability zones. With the multiple availability zones. Do you have any doubts, Bhaskar?
No, Satish.
So, then what are the advantages we have seen of EFSs? The advantages of EFSs. First, be online. I will just back a moment.
Okay.
The advantages of EFS we have seen. So we can connect this EFS even outside the availability zones as, but within a region, right?
Yeah, within reason with the different.
We can able to connect with the multiple EC2 as well. Can able to connect with the multiple EC2 machines as well. Correct. Okay. So, but there is one disadvantage which is which is we cannot connect. We
Out
cannot
of the region.
outside the region. We cannot
Region.
connect outside the region. So this is one restriction. This is one restriction. So because of this restriction, we are going to see one more storage, which is called S3. We are going to see one more. We are moving into third storage service. First, we have seen EBS, then we have seen EFS, then we are moving into S3. S3 is nothing but it is called as simple storage service. It's called as simple storage service, which is triple S. This is one S, this is one S, and this is one S. Which is simple storage service, which is simple storage service. We will call this S3 as bucket. It is called as bucket. I'm not going to deep into this S3 now. So before this, I will complete one small topic called user data. For this, I'll complete one small topic called user data. But in order to overcome this disadvantages, we are moving into S3 either by tomorrow or by Monday. But there is one option called user data. I'll quickly explain this user data. So user data, for example, if I have a question. So I have 10 machines. I have 10 machines. We have installed the NFS utils right here. By the same way, if they ask us to install Java, what I need to do? I need to connect 10 machines. Click on each and every machines. I need to click on connect. After connecting, you need to give sudo yum install Java utils. Like in 10 minutes, in 10 machines, you need to give, right?
Yeah.
If there is 100 machines, you need to go and click install on 100 machines, right?
Yeah.
Definitely it is it is not possible. You cannot connect to each and every machine each and every time, and you cannot install the same software in every machine. Definitely it will take so much of time. In order to simpler this process, we are moving for user data so that it allows to install the software or install any software in multiple machines at the same time. Multiple machines at the same time. So here you are going to create one simple, you are going to install one Java on 10 machines. For this, as of now, we know we'll be connecting in each and every machines. Then we will be going to sudo user, then sudo yum install Java utils in the first machine. Then after connecting to second machine, sudo yum install the Java. Like this, we need to connect in 10 minutes, 10 machines, sorry, 10 machines. But we have on user data. See here, he is saying, hey, you don't want to go and install in each and every machine. I will give you an option so that you can utilize me and you can install the Java on all the machines at the same time. On all the machines at the same time. Let's see how to do this. Let's see how to do this. So where this user data is available, first we need to make sure that. So what will I do? Maybe I'll click on launch the instance. I'm going to close everything. Maybe I'll click on launch the instance. Maybe I'll just name it as my Linux machine. Okay, that's my Linux machine. I'm going to select the previous version. And T2.micro. I don't want any keeper. So there is one option called advanced details. Click on this. Go to the last. See here. There is one option called user data. Now I'm going to create two machines. I'm going to install some Apache server. My task is to create two EC2. The number is 2. And I'm going to pass the user data. It will be available in the form of script, but you don't want to understand the script at all. What the script will do, it will install the Apache server. It is going to install the Apache server on both the machines at the same time. Okay. So this Apache is called as HTTP. They will call as HTTPD. HTTPD means it is an Apache server. HTTP means it is an Apache server. So like once it has been installed, I need to make sure whether it has been installed or not. Once it has been installed, I need to make sure whether the Apache server is installed or not. So what I will do, you need some script, right? We are not able to, we don't know how to write the scripts and all. So
Yeah.
what we can do, just everything available in the Google. So what you can do, maybe user data for installing
For install Apache.
HTTPD HTTPD Apache on while creating EC2. Maybe I'll just post one GitHub URL. So see here, there is one GitHub, which is a repository where we are going to store the code data and all. See here, it is giving one command. It is giving one bash scripting. So just copy this, paste it over here. See, this and all is dummy. You can even delete this. Hash key is a dummy. So just it is a dummy. You see here, it is using the bash scripting. Here, sudo su, it is getting the admin privileges. Sudo su is getting the admin privileges. See, it is a dummy. It just given the hash key, it is a dummy. What it is doing, it is checking for any update. We have seen this, right? It is
Yeah.
checking for any update. And it is installing the Apache server.
Yeah.
Once it has been installed, we need to start the server. So that we are going for systemctl, system control. You are going to start the server. Once you start, we need to enable the Apache server. Then only it will be enabled. Okay, Apache server, once you install, you need to start with the command of systemctl. You need to enable again. Once it has been started, we need to click on enable button. Then only it will be enabled.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we need some success message, right? So if it
Yeah.
has been connected or if you are enabled, I'm just asking to print. Echo is something in order to print something. Echo is something in order to print. For example, in Java, we have system.out.println. In Python, we have like print. In JavaScript, we have console.log. In C#, we have console.writeLine. Everything it is used in order to print whatever we are saying. If you print hello world, it will print the hello world.
Okay.
If you want, hey, welcome to AWS, it will print. Whatever you are saying, it will print. But what they given is, if the system has been successfully connected, the Apache server has been successfully enabled, just to print hello world from the IP address. From which IP address it has been, either from machine 2 or machine 1. So let it be. I'm directly going to choose the 2 instance and clicking on launch the instance. Clicking on launch the instance. So we'll go here. Let's wait till it gets running. Maybe I'll just mark it as this Linux machine 1. Maybe I'll just mark it as Linux machine. So there are 2 machines. Let's wait till it gets running. Okay, all started running. So what I will do, I'll click on this Linux machine 1. I'll click on this Linux machine 1. So scroll down. So you just copy this IP address. Just copy this IP address. Go on paste here.
Okay.
First, it will throw the error message, I guess. Let's wait. If it is throwing the error message, then we need to allow some protocol. We need to allow one more protocol. Let's wait if it is throwing error message. Okay. If it is throwing this error, right? So we are accessing the HTTP site, right? Yes, accessing the HTTP. So obviously we need to allow the protocol called HTTP. So if we go here, the instance level, or even you can go for like security group, go to default. That is default. Go to default. So click on edit the inbound rules. Add one rule. Allow the HTTP. Allow HTTP. Click on anywhere. Just search. Let's save it. It has been saved. Now again I will try to access this. So 1 minute, here itself, again, I just change the security code. Go here, under the security,
Security.
where the security. Click on the security code, click on this security code. Again, in this inbound rules, this edit inbound rules, again, add one rule, allow the SCST, so the HTTP, and click on anywhere,
Mm,
and click on save the rules. Same way you can do for the, maybe the same, okay, now to try to access. Here, it is
Yeah.
showing hello world from the IP address, which is your IP address, 40 IP address, it is
40.
showing. So I'll close this. See here it is printing. So you need to make sure it is same thing is installed in Linux machine 2 as well, right? So what I will do, I just copy this, and I will paste the here as well. See here it is printing from second machine as well.
Yeah.
So that is like that one is.
Yeah.
It's 15 now. It's 15. 15, watch it. So this 663, it is also connected. It is
Yeah.
also connected, which means we have successfully installed the Apache server on both the machines. We have
Both
successfully installed the Apache server on both the machine only by using the user data.
user
Only
data.
by using the user
User
data.
data.
So if you want, even I can post this link in the chat group,
Okay.
in the chat actually, the notes. But you try to get from Google, then only it will be practicing for you, not to search something.
Yeah.
If you are not able to get, then use this link, or else first you try to get from the Google only.
Okay.
Okay, try to practice this EFS and attach to the two EC2s. If you have any doubts, just ping me privately as well. I will help you. And also practice the user data as well.
Okay. Can you upload this video?
Yeah, and, give me 2 hours. I will just upload.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
Okay, thank you. Tomorrow I will.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.